So my original plan was to not, um, you know, make anyone suffer by by just looking at my terrible quality of my laptop, but my phone died. I had to take the case off so that the thingy could fit. But hold on. I'm trying to get back. My phone died. Yeah. So we're gonna have to work with this. Hi, welcome to the official episode of Ali Talks. It's your girl, Ali, or you could call me Alicia, or whatever you want. Just make sure that's nice. Anyways, so that stain. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing. You know what? I'm not doing this over. I don't care. I'm tired. Mr. Krabs, I wanna go to bed. That's how I feel right now with this. So we have a new COVID that dropped a while ago. NB 118, I believe. That's what it's called. Let me get myself comfortable. Hold on. I need to get comfortable because we might just be here for a while. Mind you, this is going to be unedited, so I'm sorry in advance. I'm trying to get comfortable. Hold on. I'm trying to get myself. Yeah, so let me bring this closer. Make myself feel nice and cozy. Okay, here we are. Wait, let me just. Alright, so. Oh my god. Guys, okay. Pause this if you have to and go get a snack and get your blankets, your pillows, get cozy because we gonna be talking for a minute. We're already 2 minutes in and I'm talking straight nonsense. Okay. Yeah, so the new COVID that dropped, it's more dangerous, I think. I'm suspecting. I mean, they said that it's more contagious, like you could catch it more easily than our COVID from 2020. So if you think about it, it is more dangerous. But all of this, like the videos on my For You page talking about it, it honestly made me think about our quarantine era of 2020, 2021, whatever. And I was like, wow, we as a society came a long way, both positively and negatively. Positively, I've had a long day, okay? And my day was not good. Spare me. Please, I'm trying my best, okay? So it's Thursday right now. Tomorrow's Friday. This is when the video drops. I thought about my day was so bad today that I thought about not doing this at all and just taking a nap and crying myself to the ends of the earth. I don't know, but here I am. So if I sound like I don't make sense, it's because I'm tired and sleep deprived, and I probably need to honestly do blood work to check on my vitamin D because I know my vitamin D isn't good. It's probably like so low. I'm sorry, my phone isn't charging properly. And your girl gotta stay busy and stay connected. Anyway, so 2020, it was, I'm pretty sure it was March 13th that we went, like we officially went into quarantine, right? Right? That was March 13th. I wish my phone was charged so I could look it up, but by memory, I'm gonna just say March 13th of 2020. And that's when the whole virtual school started. They said that we were going to be gone for 2 weeks. And now most of us are graduated, if not all of us are graduated. That's just life. Um, but no, when they said 2 weeks, I didn't believe that. I low-key didn't believe that. I was like, there's no way it's just 2 weeks. We're gonna be out of school for longer. I didn't expect it to be this long. I I didn't expect it to be that long, but it was. And um we came a long way. We made the most of it. It was hard. People were getting sick left and right. People were dying, unfortunately. Um, I pray for those who lost their lives due to COVID, and I pray for their family as well. Um, that was what really. Huh, I'm trying to get the thought back. Okay. One thing that really pissed me off, there were many things, but one of the things that pissed me off during like the whole like pandemic and having to social distance and all that, this time we gotta like, it was mandatory to wear a mask. Like, you had to wear the mask, there was no other choice. Yeah, dirty. Um, was people not wearing a mask regardless, and people not social distancing, and then be like, I got COVID. Really? You got COVID? Oh my god, I wonder why. I wonder what happened. And also, especially if they were just going out into public, they could just been going to the store or something, and they weren't social distancing, they weren't wearing a mask. It's like, I was one of those people who were just like, not only are you putting yourself at risk, you're putting other people at risk too. This virus is literally killing people, Kim. People are dying. At least have a heart, please. Be mindful. And not to mention family, friend gatherings. I understand their family, their friends, but at the same time, it was still a pandemic. Like, I get it. Before y'all come at me, before y'all decide to start yelling, I understand. Family and friends are important, and it's essential to have them during those times. But at the same time, it's like, when it's family that you don't live with, or friends that, like, let's say you were roommates and you guys just got stuck in your little apartment or house together, boom, okay. That's like, y'all just have game nights or whatever, family, friends, whatever. I don't care. But if it's like distant friends or distant families, not that close, well, mainly family, I feel like I feel like y'all get my point, but it's not coming out right. But it's just like, I feel like people weren't taking, not necessarily taking it serious, but they weren't being careful enough. And then people ended up sick. Which leads me to think about, what was it? It was that party, I think it was in LA, with the influencers. Many influencers got canceled for this, and they still making up that, like, that big bag today. Which I'm like, if you get canceled, shouldn't your money just, but I guess that's not how canceled work ever, I don't know. But yeah, so it was the party full of influencers and stuff, and they were wearing masks, and I don't know, it was like they weren't social distancing, they were just all together partying. Yeah, and it's like, we as a collective were just like, are y'all not aware of the situation that's going on right now? And then people were getting tested positive for COVID not long after that. Who were at that party, by the way? That's beyond me. That really pissed me off, especially with some of our favorites being there. With one of my favorites being there, I was genuinely disappointed in him. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I think I stopped watching him for a little bit after that, but then I was like, I miss him. And I started watching him again. I'm sorry. I've tried, but I just couldn't. Come on now. But it's the fact that they are influencers. Influencers, literally, children were watching them. Majority to all of the influencers who were their children, their targeted influence, like, girl, calm down. Their targeted audience. Their main audience were children and teenagers, early teenagers. So what were they doing at a party during a pandemic? That's influencing in a negative way, because you're teaching kids and you're teaching young teenagers, yo, even though people are getting sick and dying, you can still party with your friends. And then you get sick a few days after that. But hey, it'll be worth it because you have memories. Mind you, a virus that was killing people. Like, I don't know, chat. It was weird. And also, wait, because one thing I really wanted to talk about is the attention span thing. I forgot where it came from. I think it was an article or something saying that COVID, like the pandemic, it literally, people's attention spans plummeted so bad. Like, just went. And I couldn't agree more, because mine did. I'm not even going to lie to you. I mean, well, my attention span already wasn't good because I have ADHD. I mean, technically at that time I was undiagnosed until I think 2021. That's when I officially got my diagnosis and I got put on medication. But, like, our attention spans really did change drastically. And I applaud the people who are working on their attention spans or already got it together now, because I'm trying to get mine back together. I'm trying to fully, like, focus on things I need to be. Focus, you know? And I think I actually did an experiment. I can't even stop it now. I have to keep going. I must keep going. Anyways, so I actually did an experiment a while ago. I didn't delete TikTok, but I deleted Instagram off of my phone. Like, I deleted the entire app off of my phone. Didn't want anything to do with it. But I kept my TikTok. I just didn't open it as much because I was like, let me see if social media is the problem, or if it's just my ADHD and I need to get back on my meds. And turns out it was kind of both, but it was mainly social media. And let me explain why. I mean, I did log into Instagram a few times on my laptop, not gonna lie, but that was only to see, like, if any of my friends, like, needed something, or I don't know, because that experiment technically failed if you think about it. But listen, I was able to get more of my writing done. I became focused on certain aspects of my life. I was actually able to self-reflect more on my past mistakes and realize I need to do better in my life. Like, I need to lock in and do better. And me then, before I deleted Instagram and didn't really go on TikTok too much, compared to me now, I would like to say that I like the me now. I like me now because I'm way more self-aware now, you know? I'm way more self-aware. I'm more like, okay, I'm on this app too much. Let me get off. I need to do this. Let me distance myself from it. My Instagram the past day or two or week or 2 weeks, I have no excuse for that. But But just know that I'm trying. I'm doing my best. I'm doing the best I can, okay? Don't yell at me. Um, there was something else. But to close that off, as a society, specifically as the people who were students then, whether it was like any kind of education, like elementary, middle, high school. I mean, elementary is kind of understandable. Actually, it is understandable. Middle, it's also understandable. But we were students like K to 12, especially college. And not all of us, but certain people's attention spans dropping. I feel like we could fix that. I feel like all of us could fix it, or at least most of us could fix it, if we just actually stay consistent with not letting social media have a tight grip on us, because it technically did during that time, because that was the only way we could really communicate with our loved ones who we did not live with and couldn't visit because of, quarantine, and also our friends, we couldn't visit them, so we had to use social media, and we relied on it to this point where all we want to do is be on social media. But yeah, I feel like we could really grow from that. It'll take time, but I think we could do it. We could do it. We could do it. And also, ooh, no, I forgot it. My bad, chat. I forgot it. But let's talk about how easy it was to get canceled. Because I would love to have this conversation. So, you were able to get canceled for, let me see. There's a lot of things. No, do y'all, because I literally told myself I would bring this up. Do y'all remember when people were saying, okay, the song Sweater Weather by The Neighborhood? Some of y'all might understand what I'm saying, like what I'm talking about, but people were like, oh, he said the N word in the song, the second verse, yada yada. Be so for real. And I was one of those people who would like listen to the song repeatedly and then look at the lyrics, and I'm like, he didn't say that. I don't know if that was rage baiting or if they were actually serious, but come on now. Leave that song alone. Don't touch that song. Not y'all, but people were doing the utmost with that. And I feel like they needed to go outside and touch grass, but that was a problem. They couldn't go outside and touch grass. Actually, I couldn't remember what year that was when all that happened, but they could have went to their yard and touched the grass or something. I don't know. What else? Do y'all remember when schools started to open up? But like, I don't know. Okay, so for my school, I know it's for everybody's school, but my school, mind you, I've never been in that school. It was my first time. Well, it was kind of my first time actually being in the high school. It was. And I was lost, not gonna lie. And plus we were social distancing and stuff, so I was like, where do I go? But going to school especially during that time where everybody was woke and me having a whole gender identity crisis that I would never be mentioning on this podcast ever, like the entirety of that gender identity crisis, I would never be mentioning unless some people want to know the story. But either way, I will not be telling you that, because no, because it was so embarrassing. But going to school at that time, it was quite interesting, you know? At least everybody was wearing their mask properly and they were social distancing, at least in my school. So, mainly because like some days you would go, I think it it was how do we I think we went by last names, like initial last names, like A to such and such, then J to such and such. I don't know. I forgot how it went, but that's how we did it. And yeah. Um, but with the whole gender identity thing, sometimes I'm like, they, them. And then my teacher's like, and Alicia, they. And I'm like, but I know who I am now, so. Does the TV still glow? When it wants to, but it's, I don't know, I'm happy as me now, so I'm okay. But I feel like it, because I saw the TV glow and it was so good. And I felt like if that movie actually came out during that time, I would be an entirely different person today. Literally an entire different person. But yeah. Switching topics because I cannot stay on one for too long. I guess we can all just kind of figure that out by this. Oh my god, we're 21 minutes in. Almost 22. Okay. What else? I don't want y'all to be staring at me for like 30 seconds straight and be like, okay, she's annoying, and then click off. Oh, that'd be so embarrassing. I'm trying to think. What else about COVID? There's so much about the pandemic. Oh my gosh. So the whole election thing with Trump and Biden. Oh my god. Trump being our president during that time, I feel like even if he did have common sense, like enough common sense, either way, us as a society, we the people, it would, we would have still been cooked. Let's be honest. Trump is not a good person. He is not a good guy. He's not fit to be a president. Both first term and now, he's not a good president. And, you know, the CDC, World Health Organization, do with that as you please, but you know what I'm thinking about. We're fried. We're fried. I'd be surprised if we see the next election. And not just like for a governor or something, because I already voted for the governor. But anyways, I'd be surprised if we see the next presidential election. And I will be voting for Kamala again. Don't play with me. But I was over here fighting nail and tooth saying Trump can't win, yada yada. Whole time I wasn't even at the age to vote yet. But because I was literally like, what, 15, 16? But besides that, I was on TikTok. I was like, Trump can't win. We can't let Trump win. Yada, 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 yada. You know, it was also around the time where, like, I don't know. It was such a crazy year. And then George Floyd around that time. And then protests, Black Lives Matter. It was all so scary to me. I was over here like, yeah, Black Lives Matter. Human rights matter. Trump can't win. Get Biden in office. And I was actually not itsy bitsy, let's be for real. But why? Okay, so my question from, okay, I do have a question now. I do have a question now from this. If you're still here, by the way, thank you. But anyways, my whole thing with like the protests and Black Lives Matter and the abortion protests, basically every protest that happened in 2020, 2021, the protests that are still happening today, my question is, people who are like racist or like everything under the sun, people who just are so cruel and don't like humans having rights, or people who don't look like them or who don't think like them not having rights, why haven't they learned from that time? Or did they just switch their views? Like, they used to be like, yeah, human rights matter, but then they just switched it up on themselves and they're like, gas prices are too high. Because I know for a fact there are people who voted for Biden 2020 and they were like, yeah, human rights matter, Black lives matter, abortion is healthcare, LGBTQ rights. And then all of a sudden they're like, MAGA, rah, USA, rah. And I don't, it's like, how can your mindset just shift from everyone is equal and we should all be seen as such, we should all be treated as such, as we're all equal, as we all matter, and then going to like, oh, you're illegal, go back to your own country, and all of this other stuff. How do people get to that point? It honestly makes me sad. It makes me so sad. I don't get it. And oh my gosh, yeah, with the racism, it's so obvious now. So it's even more obvious. It's always been obvious, obviously, always. And especially on TikTok, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. We're not leaving from this topic. We have to talk about this. So the whole TikTok ban back in January, January 19th or something, and TikTok was banned. They shut it down and went dark for America. I find it weird that as soon as we got back, within like 12 hours or so, when we were supposed to be permanently banned from TikTok, it was like other countries were literally trashing us. And you know what? I wasn't even mad about it. I'm gonna be so honest, because I can't keep defending my country either. America is so embarrassing. Oh my god. But yeah, we were just being talked about like dogs, and it was insane. And I found it funny. I don't know about y'all, but I found it funny, low key. And I started seeing like crypto stocks ads when I first got back on TikTok. That's why I was like, what? I ain't seen this before, but I was like, maybe it's just new ads. Maybe it's just me being dumb. Maybe it's just me not thinking, you know. And then that's when I started noticing eventually very racist comments under certain posts. Like, y'all know the 100 gorillas? No. My bad. The 100 men versus one gorilla thing. Okay, there's this guy. He said, I think he said 100 Hispanic. Wait, 100 Hispanics versus not saying the N-word. And oh my god, the comment sections were crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure it was you versus a job application, you versus this, you versus that. Mind you, the guy who posted this video was black. It's not funny. It's really not. But just seeing that firsthand shocked me so much. It didn't shock my whole world. It kind of did. But I'm just like, we ain't never had this on TikTok before. And if we did, then I don't remember it being on the side that I'm on. It's like Instagram transitioned over to TikTok. and just dumped all that hate on. I don't know. It's crazy. It's so crazy to me. Like, but that is true though. I'm be honest, cause I'm be honest. Why do y'all feel so comfortable saying the N word? And then get defensive when we be like, "Yo, you can't say that. You know, that's not nice." By the way, like, friend, I love you. I genuinely love you, friend. You're my favorite friend. I would die for you. I would kill for you. I would live for you. But you can't say that. And then, let me stop. Let me switch topics real quick. Cause it's just it's insane. What? How so comfortable saying it. That's all I gotta say. Like, I don't say it as I like. Come on now. Come on. Let's let's be honest with ourselves and admit that this isn't right. Yeah. I'm sorry. Guys, I don't know how to do a podcast. This is my first time. I'm just yapping. But that's the whole point of a podcast, to yap, really. Um but what else? What else do I want to talk about? I should have actually put this like I should actually wrote this down so I knew what to talk about and my thoughts were actually clear. But here I am. Um COVID, oh my gosh, long-term COVID. So people who either had COVID multiple times or they just had it once and their immune system is weak or whatever, it's like, I don't know, more chronic illnesses are being found in people, and the majority to all of them have had COVID before, have had COVID more than like twice or three times previously, or even just once. And I don't know, it's scary how having COVID that many times can, like, that can manifest into something life changing, to where it just alters your daily life. It alters how you make your way through life. You have to do, like, take all this medication now. And you gotta go through endless doctor's appointments, pay out of pocket for a lot of things. And it sucks. And they want to stop Medicaid and Medicare, which is crazy, because it's like stopping Medicaid and Medicare would be so bad for this economy, considering that there are, I would say, I would say like millions. I know not a lot of people have health care in America because they just can't have access to it. They can't get access to it, or it's expensive. But like, just thinking how many people will be cut off, and then how many people are like chronically ill or pregnant, or they're literal children because they were taking children off of healthcare. Are you serious? Children? And then not wanting, like, basically defunding research for cancer in children. It's, I don't know. They're cruel. They're so cruel. But I said this, like, I would say a few weeks ago or so, that if it came to that point with Medicare, Medicaid, like certain insurance, maybe all insurance being cut, I would much rather not have insurance, and I would be grateful knowing that pregnant women, people with disabilities, children, I would be more at peace knowing that they have insurance. I can get insurance for my job. I work full time, but like, even if I wasn't able to get insurance for my job, I would still be more at peace knowing that, like, people who likely need it more than me, even though my health isn't the best either, because I have like a whole list of things wrong with me, I'm much more happy with giving up my insurance to give it to someone who's more in need of it. Because it's hard to get on it. It's not an easy process. You feel me? And I know it sounds weird, like, what? You're basically a part of the chronically ill gang, and you're saying you would give it up to someone who needs it more? Yes, I would. Because, yeah, I could, like, knock on wood and hope it doesn't happen, but I could likely just drop dead any minute. But there is somebody out there who, you know, I don't know, who probably just need it more. I promise I'm not thinking about harming myself. I, pro- I promise I'm just thinking about it. I mean, I'm not thinking about that. I'm not watching this back when I post it. I'm just gonna post it and anyways, but I would say in closing, but I don't feel like closing this out because I already got comfortable and we're already happy buddies. But my phone has yet to actually, hold on, because I don't know why it's not charging all of a sudden. I'm sorry. I know this is unprofessional, but so is the fact that my phone is dead and is acting like it doesn't want to turn on. So, yeah. Girl, gosh, I might need my adapter. But, anyways, life is weird. And the fact that we lived through a pandemic is weirder. But I'm pretty sure it was said that every 100 years there's a new pandemic. So I'm guessing it was just our time. I kind of want to close this out. I'm getting very tired, so I'm starting not to make sense. But yeah, in closing, I would say that COVID really affected everyone's life. Basically, if it feels like the whole pandemic didn't affect your life, then I don't know. I don't know. But it definitely did affect a lot of people's lives. Like millions of people around the globe, not even in America. Around the world, it affected people's lives. And I would have to say if the NB 118, I'm probably not saying it right. I'm probably saying it completely wrong or half backwards or something. But if it's to like spread globally, and we have to shut down again, a lot of people is going to be on unemployment because they won't be able to work, obviously, because some jobs would just shut down, but like, y'all, we can't, like, I'm sorry, it's not gonna work. And my job will probably stay open, I think. Some people are gonna have to, commute. Well, people already commute on a daily basis, so never mind. But people would still have to go into work, but just be very cautious, including doctors, nurses, law enforcement. Shout out to them because they were definitely at that time putting their lives on the line for us. Um, what else? What else? What else? Just be safe if it all happens again. Mask up, social distance, protect yourself, stay hydrated, keep your hygiene like very good. And yeah, I'm gonna end this now so I can probably take a nap or eat dinner and then take a nap, or take a nap and then eat dinner. I don't know. I'm tired, y'all. I'll see y'all next Friday.